I'm pretending to do something.
So am I.
He's been shot though. So naughty. So naughty. Hello. Hello.
Hello. It's brilliant to be back.
I was a big one.
I've had a weird weekend.
Have you?
Yeah, I feel weird. Well, I'm worried. I don't know that this is with all sincerity, and I really am. I've been very worried about Boris, and I think it's because he's our leader, and his vulnerability has made me nervous.
You mean the reality?
Well, I know.
Did you understand what I mean?
Awful.
Yes.
And because someone is so sort of, what's the word, robust.
Yeah.
As him, and someone, and you know how he looked yesterday on telly. He looked so ill, and he looked like he didn't sound like himself, did he?
No, he did look very ill, I have to say.
And I feel very sad. And I lost a friend over the weekend as well. So sorry to start on a heavy note, but it's out there, and it's sad. And I know we never mention the C word on this show. We just don't. But I need you guys to cheer me up a little bit.
I try, because the thing that keeps me going over the weekend is all the crazy memes and things. And there was one amazing one of a lady who had used her bra to become a mask, so she didn't have to use masks.
I think I saw that.
And did you see it? And I, as you know, I'm ambassador for a breast cancer charity, the Moon Walk the Walk. And I have a lovely friend, Ruthie, who runs Mamma Mia, the wardrobe, in there. And she makes me my bra every year. And I dug them out, and I wanted to show you. This is one of them. It's a theatrical curtain with some popcorn.
Oh my God,
so that's the first one. That's my first one. Secondly,
you've got more?
Yeah. I've done the walk several times. Swarovski, whatever they are. Crystals. One year. That's it. They did this for me one year.
Oh, that.
It's the London skyline.
You could have a mask for every season, couldn't you?
Well, can I just show you? Who else can get the London skyline in crystals across their tits?
Wow.
Just saying.
You must have
finally,
some big things to fill that, Harriet.
Yes, darling. I'm on my knees with the G-force. Anyway, lastly, the pièce de résistance is this one. Hang on. I'm almost there. Now, this one is amazing because I don't know if it's doing it. Different lights. It lights up.
Oh, yes, it's up.
Oh,
is she lighting?
Battery operated as well.
I've got everything. So that's what keeps me going. There you go. She's back in the room.
Everybody's going to want one now, Harriet. You realise that, don't you?
Darling, I think a family of 12 could use that.
Aren't you glad you didn't burn your bras all those years ago, eh?
A, I wasn't old enough. B.
You know what? I must tell you.
Yeah.
Do you remember I was telling you about my 8-year-old friend who is amazing. She keeps telling me about, you know, during the war it was like this, and have values, and so I've been really listening to her, you know, really strong. And suddenly she sends me this thing over the weekend. Right, I've got just the thing for you to de-stress. She points me to a sex toy website, right? And I think, how shocking! I didn't know she knew what it meant.
I mean, think that vibrators are things that we've just you know, in our generation, but they've obviously been around for years. Wow. They weren't battery operated.
D, can she get a twofer? Because we could all. If she...
A fourfer.
A fourfer.
A what?
Four
a 2 for 1.
Four of us.
A 4 for 1. Fourfer.
Absolutely
unbelievable.
I'm sure
she's 80. Well, what's wrong with it?
That's wonderful. I salute her.
I salute her. Send them down the line.
Wow. We love you.
Well, listen, just to give you a real cheery uppy thing.
Yeah.
I heard there's a like a sea life near Liverpool, and they have the big sharks. In fact, one's called tip reef shark, and I have to read this one. One's called two guitar shovel nose sharks. Okay. And
Can
there
you
are
say that
tea
again,
tables.
Sherrie, please?
No, two guitars, shovel, no. Anyway, so they're in the water, aren't they? You know, and there's lots of them. So they got a bit worried, the trainers and people that work there, because the fish had got very depressed.
How did they know?
And well, because they were looking unhappy, and they had anxiety, and they were obviously not swimming around and not chatting and talking to each other. Anyway, they found out the reason is because every day, most weekends, there are hundreds and hundreds of people that go and visit them. So they can hear all this noise, all this chatter, all the people that look after them, you know, feeding them, and all this noise, this silence, absolute silence. And it's completely, utterly depressed them. So now they sing to them and they talk to them, and they've all chirped up and they're really jolly again and all going out fishing together. So you see, the Wonderbirds are very like that, aren't we?
Yes, Sherrie. No,
We
I'm
can
going
bring
to sound
joy.
very blonde. I'm going to sound very blonde. But I didn't know that fish had ears.
Ah, they have instinct, Debbie, very like me. They instinctively know when there's no one there, no one caring, not loving them, not stroking them. You know, a bit like us. Who strokes you at night?
I don't want to talk about that.
I rest my case.
Can I say, darlings, we've now got our lovely friend.
Oh, yes.
Our friend Josh Sherman, who is a nurse on the front line, and he's going to be coming to join us. And it's extraordinary because he was working this weekend in a ward. And are you there, Josh? Is he there?
Hi, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
Yeah.
He's flying in.
Oh,
He's
is he?
flying in.
He's flying
As you
joining
do.
Wonderbirds.
He's flying into YouTube, as you do.
Yeah. But I think, you know, to do a job like that, Harriet, I mean, he's a young guy. How old is he?
Very young guy.
We can't discuss age because we're only in our 30s, aren't we?
Well, round the waist, anyway.
Hello.
I mean,
Sherrie. No, I just wanted to see something. He's a very young guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
To do something like this. Is
Yeah.
he actually
there, yeah?
Is he a nurse, Harriet?
What, darling?
Is he a nurse?
Yes, he's a nurse. He works
Yeah.
on the front line. He also is one of those amazing teachers, does teaching to bring the students up and into the NHS, and also to help people reboot them, as it were, to help them come back into it as well, all the nurses.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
It's
And the thing is, it's every day, isn't it, as well? You know, that's what we all forget.
Yeah.
They don't,
Yeah.
you know, it's not, they can't have a holiday from it. It's every single day of their lives.
And I think
It's
these
extraordinary
poor
what
guys
they're doing.
afterwards suffering from PTSD, and they really will be, because it is like being, you know, on a battlefield, isn't it?
Well, they're on the
Yes.
front line. It's like my brother, who's an anaesthetist, and he said, you know, he's there all the time, getting with all of the COVID patients. I mean, they have to be very brave and very committed, and they should have the applause every Thursday, shouldn't they? They should be the stars now, because they're saving the world, really. These
Yeah.
I just hope when we're out of all this, that we
Hello.
don't forget this.
Hi.
I agree with
How
you.
is
There
everyone?
you are.
All
Hello.
the better for seeing you.
Hello.
We were just
How are
talking
you?
about you, Josh, and
I
saying,
know I heard some of the comments. That was very kind of you.
oh, you
very-
amazing.
Not kind at all. Not
It
kind.
was. There are
Fantastic.
many people that work within the hospital that are all trying their hardest
Yes.
to fight this. So it is really nice to be appreciated. Actually, I saw one of the ads today saying thank you to NHS staff, and it's just nice to be out seeing all of that. So it does really help to be appreciated. So thank you for that.
You really
Thanks so
are,
much.
Josh.
Amazing.
And Josh,
Thank
it
you.
must be so stressful for you. Do you have any time when you can relax? I mean, and switch off? Are you able to switch off?
Yeah, so I feel like I personally, and I feel like many people do, feel like we've hit the ground running pretty much. And we probably do all need to be careful that in a few weeks' time to take some time now to actually reflect on how this is affecting us. I've started reading a little bit before I go to bed, cooking as well, and just taking some time to listen to music. And I do really think that it is important to just keep reflecting continuously.
Yeah.
Going, because
Definitely.
you worry that this is going to be something that continues to affect us, and I do worry that months, years down the line, we will still feel the ripples on people's mental health from this. And we do need to be continuously reflecting and thinking about how it is affecting us. So taking time to do things like that are important.
Yeah.
That's
Josh, are you managing to get food? Are you managing to eat? Because all of this, you know, hearing that you guys can't even get to, you know, Waitrose or any of the supermarkets because there's so many people there.
Yeah, so I have to admit, I've been okay because I work in education Monday to Friday. I've been working from home mainly, and I personally have been fine. But I do know many of my colleagues that have struggled with doing that. And I have to really shout out to a lot of the companies that are in London that have been supporting frontline staff with providing them with food parcels so that they don't have to continuously wait outside of shopping to get their food. So that's been really nice to see, actually. I don't know from a national view how that's helped, but within London, people have been very kind.
marvelous. That's good to know. Good to know, because it must be so hard across the board for everybody.
Yeah, and I hear that Claridge's today have opened their doors to the hotel for to have the NHS, and I just thought, wow, can you imagine coming back to just having everything looked after for you? Must be, it's a tiny thing, but it will be enormous for some people.
Yeah,
it was a tough weekend, wasn't it, for you this weekend?
Yeah, so I was working clinically on the weekend, and it was the hardest shift that I've done in my career. Yesterday was a little bit easier, but Saturday was really quite hideous. I mean, sickness of staff at the minute is a real issue. I was
Sorry.
I hadn't worked on before, and I had to take an in-charge role, so that was really quite difficult to do. Just working with people that didn't really know the unit as well, working with patients. I mean, it's one of the more difficult things, and something that I didn't really think about and expect with patients not being able to have relatives at their bedside.
Oh, wow.
It's constantly being on the phone, which is fine. I completely understand that, but quite throughout the day I was trying to deal with relatives who were on the phone wanting to know information because they couldn't come in. I had 4 patients that were on end of life pathways that their family and relatives couldn't come in. While the hospital was allowing certain people to come in, especially if they are on end of life, a lot of the relatives don't want to come in because they're worried about then spreading the disease with their household. So it's just really, really difficult to try and deal with at the minute, and especially with the staff sickness as well. It's just adds extra pressure onto an already short reserve, really.
When you were saying go on, sorry, Sherrie, go ahead.
I was going to say, my brother has a brain tumor, and he's had it for a year, and it's just grown back, and he's in Wales, and I can't see him at all. I send him silly videos, so I really feel and know what that pain and hurt is like. It really is just horrible.
Yeah,
but Josh, I want to ask you, do we see a light at the end of the tunnel? Do we know that it's going to be okay? I mean, it will be okay in the end. There's no question about it, is there?
Yeah, I think there is light at the end of the tunnel. I unfortunately don't think we've reached the peak yet. I think we're still quite early on. But there is light at the end of the tunnel, and I truly believe that as a society we will come out much better from this. And I mean, even from working in the NHS now, the differences that I've seen in people working together, just uniting people to try and combat this, has been really special. And that's really what's been driving me over the weekend.
Yeah.
Working with such an amazing team, with the doctors, the physios, the catering, domestic staff. They've all been so amazing. And that's really what has driven me to continue doing it and working. It really is amazing to see.
So good will come out of
collaboration.
this, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. I really do think that good will come out of this. It's really difficult at the minute, and it is really affecting thousands upon thousands of people. But I hope that we will forever be different when we come out of this and do things in different ways.
And I hope we always remember how wonderful the NHS are and never ever forget it ever.
Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with that as well. I mean, the support that was received from everyone has been incredible. I do think that it will change you, and hopefully as well we'll see some increase in recruitment as well. People wanting to actually come into the profession of caring, thinking that actually they're doing good. I really hope that that's something that comes from it as well.
Josh, can I ask you one thing?
Of course.
This is change of subject for you, because we talked about how we cope and how we do other things. We've all shared what drinks we have. What's your drink you need to know?
So my drink of choice would be an espresso martini. If I really, if I was out drinking cocktails, I would drink espresso martinis. But I do, in isolation, I've been drinking gin and tonics because don't have a coffee machine. Don't really know how to make an espresso martini. I don't think that's my forte. I'll stick with nursing. But yeah, that's what I enjoy. But I've been enjoying gin and tonic on a Friday.
Sounds fabulous.
You can't go wrong with it.
And so many gins to choose from, Josh.
Oh,
I know,
you could go on
exactly.
forever, couldn't you?
So many.
And tonics. An elderflower tonic is the way forward.
Oh, elderflower, you're right.
Debbie,
yes.
Thought of it.
I've got to have one of those.
I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. The thought of a gin and tonic.
What are you doing?
Debbie, is that your
I'm
phone?
sorry. I am sorry. I'm having a bit of a moment with the dogs. Oh, the dogs are going mad. Oh, the dogs have been running around like mad. The phone keeps falling over. I'm not having a good day today.
Gin and tonic. Gin and tonic.
Boris.
My
What
iPad
about
went down.
Boris?
My iPad went down, and I'm
It's
now
because
on
I'm worried about Boris.
You are. That's what it is. You're worried about Boris.
my iPad. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about my iPad going down.
No.
Nobody cares.
You're in the garden. It's lovely.
Well, I'm not. My iPad went
No,
down.
you are.
I'm on
You
my
are
phone.
really.
Oh, you've gone back in the garden.
But can we just say goodbye to Josh
Garden.
and
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. No,
Josh,
no,
you're
thank you. Thank you.
wonderful.
Keep
I
up
just
the
want to
good
say-
Thinking
work.
of you every day.
I want
Yeah.
to thank everybody for the support that the NHS is receiving as well. It really is what is driving people to get up and go to work. People are incredibly worried about giving this to their family and relatives. The support that we're receiving from the public really does drive us, gives us that ambition to continue to fight this. So thank you to everyone. And again, as always, thank you to everyone.
That's
that's
a
supported.
little round of applause from us, I think.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh.
Lovely to meet you.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Harriet, we're in the garden.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Your garden's looking lovely.
Yes, it's
Oh,
all.
isn't he a lovely boy? I love him.
Yeah.
Isn't he amazing?
Wonderful.
A young man at the
Oh.
thought of saving us all, one of many thousands of people in the NHS. It's so
Yeah.
moving.
And who'd have thought in his lifetime he would have to face this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
who would have
know,
thought?
exactly.
Who would have thought? Who would have known?
Yeah. And
Amazing.
also, Dee was saying about the Queen, weren't you, Dee? How much you enjoyed her speech?
Oh gosh, I loved her speech. It was absolutely fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole point is having the Queen coming out, and we needed something like that, didn't we? We needed her to come out and say something like, you know, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through this. And it, you know, she's in her 90s, bless her heart, and she's still got that voice. You know, she represents all of us.
It was so wonderful.
Wonderful.
It was so wonderful to have somebody who could say, we'll meet again.
Oh,
Somebody
yeah.
who
Yeah.
isn't with politics, who
That's
is,
right.
is just there for us. And
Yeah.
I so wanted somebody to take control and just reassure us, and she did that. Amazing.
Well, she's everybody's mother. She's everybody's grandmother. You know, and when she said, "We'll meet all our family again," I'm afraid I just burst into tears.
Yeah.
And she's right. And you know, you meet all your friends again, and we'll all meet again.
Yes.
Someday, somewhere, we will all meet again. And I just thought she she gave us calm and peace.
Yeah.
And we could all go, it's okay now. Everything's all right with the world now.
Yes.
That's what I felt.
Yeah, it's very reassuring.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think
Very
after,
good.
especially after going back to Boris, after what happened with Boris being taken to hospital, I
Yeah.
think it was very nice to see her. I just, you know, because all I want to do at the moment is ring my mummy.
Yeah.
I want to speak to my mother all the time, and it's ridiculous. Obviously, I mean, you know, she's been dead for 25 years, but I just want to talk to her.
Yeah.
You just need reassurance, and as much as your children are lovely to talk to, that you will never ever. It's something about your mother, isn't it? I don't know what it is.
Exactly. I was actually talking to a friend of my mum's the other day, and I said to her, what would she have said? And she said, oh, she would have had, you know, she would have given us hope and said, you will, like Sherrie said, you said, Sherrie, earlier, we will get through this.
We will.
Right. It's just we have to ride the storm. We have to stick to the rules, you know, not break the rules, not, you know, like a lot of people have been, although more and more people are realizing, aren't they, that they can't break the rules.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So
So
We've had a question, guys. We've had a question, which is, what is the most inspiring thing that's happened for all of us, since the beginning of this lockdown?
Oh, what's the most inspiring thing?
The kindness, I think. I think the kindness shown, how everything's turned around. I think that people that were forgotten before are remembered. The homeless people are now being rehoused. The whole world has changed, and that's
Completely changed.
Things that I've been fighting for years, to try and get help for the homeless, try and get people fed, try and get people looked after. All the things that I, you know, try and do. Kindness has taken over, and kindness has become our currency. And I think that has, for me, that's been the most inspiring thing.
Yes, kindness is the currency. I love that. That's absolutely perfect. And also the fact that the planet is actually healing because of the lack of oceans. And, you know, suddenly dolphins are back in the waters in Venice. And, you know, when I heard that, I thought that's why this is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, otherwise we wouldn't. Why is it happening? Because of all that. It's the planet fighting back, isn't it? Saying, I'm here. You know, I'm here.
You know what? I think what I've taken from is what matters in this life. Money doesn't matter. Clothes don't matter. Makeup doesn't matter, except for this face. But I just think the most important things are the love of your family and the caring from people. And maybe that's what it's sent to do. Maybe it's sent to wake us up and stop being so greedy and stop being so aggressive and violent. And maybe, and it's been sent to make us do something and wake up. And hopefully this will do it.
I agree.
Like,
I think.
On a Sunday, like I remember when I was a child, in this near where I live now, actually, I've moved back to Gerrard's Cross, and all the shops were closed on Sundays and the streets were empty. So things like that, and I know it sounds silly, but some, you know, those things are really important, that suddenly we've all slowed down, haven't we? Yeah. We've got time to think. We've got off the hamster wheel. Everyone was in the fast lane.
Not the guinea pig wheel, though.
Now that's
Don't talk to me.
I think what I've got from this is that it's the communication and talking to everyone. Yes. People sometimes I haven't talked to for a long time. Yeah. And I'm to say I love you and keep well and connect in a way that you forget because we're so busy with life. To suddenly have the opportunity to be still and together, even though it's over a phone or like this on Zoom, we connect in a way that we wouldn't normally do necessarily for months. And I love that immediacy that it gives us, and I treasure it.
I treasure all this time, definitely. And my family.
Can I ask about Dreaded?
The guinea pigs. Well, yes. So yesterday I thought, now come on, Sherrie, you're being very horrible about these guinea pigs. They are people at the end of the day, and you should go and talk to them. So I went and talked to them and I listened to them, and my granddaughter FaceTimed me, or she was going to. In about 10 minutes, I thought, you know what? I'll go and get one of the guinea pigs and I'll bring it to me and I'll hold it here to show Molly that the guinea pigs are safe and well. And look, we're friends. I'm holding it and it's sitting here and we love each other and we're friends. So off I toggled to get the guinea pig and I held it here. It was a bit kind of, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. So I held it then. I was holding it and I said, look, Molly, I've got Jigger or Jagger or Tigger or Tugger or whatever his name is. And it took a bite out of my arm. It went.
No.
You know why? Because it's been listening to you on this.
I nearly threw it, but I didn't because I don't harm animals. I got the thing by its neck, not by its tummy, and I took it back and I've put them outside now to teach them a lesson. But it's hot and sunny, so they're having a whale of a time. It's taking a bloody
Sherrie,
bite right out of my arm.
and do you think he bit you because he's becoming a cannibal?
I don't know, but do you not think nobody's saying, not one of you is saying, oh, Sherrie, you should have a tetanus. Have a tetanus.
No,
Yeah,
because you know why, Sherrie? They've watched you, they tune into YouTube to Wonderbirds and they've seen what you've been saying. And that's why he took a bite out of you. Can I ask Debbie one thing? Debbie, has all this chat cheered you up today?
Oh, well, how could it not? And my dogs, as you probably saw, we were having a very serious conversation. We're going completely mental behind me with chews and God knows what, which is what they do all the time. Yes, I feel enlightened, literally, spiritually and emotionally after talking to you, all of you. Thank you, my Wonderbirds, for cheering me
Thank
on.
you.
That's why we're
lovely.
I
And lovely Josh. Thank you to Josh. He was
Fabulous.
gorgeous.
you to
I
Josh.
loved him.
Yes.
And we
And
could all
feel
do
for him.
That's amazing. We could all meditate now. And
No.
Oh,
No.
No, please not. Please not. Please not.
No, I
there
think
are
it's just a
lambs
tonic
on the
version.
roundabout. I just tell you, there are lambs on the roundabout. Think about that, Dee.
Oh,
What?
are there?
What
Okay.
There
lamb?
are lambs on the children's roundabout. In
Oh,
the thing up there.
really?
They're going round and round and round and round. There you go. That's what you need to do, Dee. Never
does that
not
help-
meditate.
Does that help?
Join the lambs on the roundabout.
It's like counting sheep when you go to sleep.
Yes. On the roundabout.
On the round-
I've never heard that before. Do you, am I in this sort of, am I staying in this box? Am I in this sort of like really weird place? This sort of, what is it? Alternative reality that I
Yes.
live actually in
Yeah.
the phone on this box?
Yeah.
Me too.
I live above your head, Sherrie.
You live above a wall.
Your head. Harriet's gone.
No, I'm here.
Don't know
I'm
about
here.
tea. I need a gin and tonic.
No, I do. I'm going to have a glass of wine. Now I've had enough. Probably because I didn't drink yesterday. Probably that's why I feel depressed.
That's why.
Today.
That's why. Are you still in the garden, Harriet?
Yes, darling.
There's the stuffed dog.
Oh, so harsh.
Look, mine's moving behind me. My dogs are moving behind me. Anyway, everybody, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Send us
Yes.
questions. I'm sure next time we will. We're getting delirious. We are getting
Delirious.
Oh,
Absolutely delirious.
Sherrie's on Lorraine tomorrow.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, Lorraine.
Yes.
Lorraine.
That is
Quarter
really-
to 10, everybody.
9:45.
Quarter to 10.
Be
Be
there.
there.
Or
Be there.
square.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Good.
it'll be brilliant. So we're
It'll
going to
be
say
fun.
goodbye.
It'll be good
We're going
fun.
to stay on forever.
A couple minutes, I think. We've got a couple more minutes.
We have more minutes. What else was I going to say? I was going to talk about Saga's Not Going Out Club.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Tell us about
Saga,
that.
Saga's got a Not Going Out Club.
Oh, yes, I know about the Not Going Out Club.
Yeah, that's really good for everybody who's on the Saga website and for everybody who's
Yes.
joined us from Saga, from Twitter. Hello, and go on their website to the Not Going Out Club because there's lots of quizzes and lots of things, and there'll be lots of films of us and lots of different things to do.
Good.
Oh, God, incredible.
Is that, I'm only at 25 now. Does that include me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harriet. Saga is for 50 plus. And it's actually, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I mean, the last time we were on there, I think Jules Holland was on there.
Wow.
I know he was there. Just brilliant. I love going on the cruises. They're absolutely fantastic. Very spoiled. So weird now, isn't it? Well, Sherry's disappeared. Are you still there, Sherrie? Harriet's in the
Yes,
dark.
I am here, but my phone has gone away somewhere.
Maybe it's your guinea pigs have stolen it.
Yes, I think it might be the stupid guinea pigs. Where are they?
Oh,
I'll have to
no.
go and find them.
We're going to have them on the screen. We're going to have them on the screen soon.
That's
Wait a
hysterical.
minute, I can come back.
Oh,
There we go.
There you
Oh,
are.
there she is. I've got to say,
There
I
we
love that
go.
pink.
All in pink.
Sherrie, I love that pink on you.
It's good, isn't it? Hot pink. The
Gorgeous.
dress is the same, look.
I love it.
Hot pink.
That's really a
It's
great
cool.
colour.
We must all look out for these videos of these animals that are now have come down from hills and mountains and are wandering the streets. There was one with deers in, and it was on an estate, a council estate, and all these deers come from somewhere, were wandering around in people's driveways. It's extraordinary.
They do that where I live in Surrey all the time, darling.
Yeah.
I have a lovely friend in the centre of London who is Mark Welford, who has this wonderful shop, Bloomsbury Flowers, and he lives in Covent Garden. And he was walking in Neal Street, which was completely deserted in the middle of the day, and there was an amazing fox just strolling down the centre of the street.
Yeah.
We have foxes in London, but not in Covent Garden.
No.
They're very tame now.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there's pictures everywhere of these animals coming from nowhere because they're going, where have all these human beings gone? Oh, come on.
To watch. Can they look at their watch? Has anyone got one? Or are we all too old?
Yes, it's now 1 minute past 5, I think it says.
Then we must be liberated and free.
We are.
Okay, I think that's what it
We will
says.
see you all on Wednesday. Don't forget.
See you Wednesday.
4:30 on Wednesday. Come back. We have a nice surprise happening for you on Family Friday, but it's what to watch on Wednesday. So if you've got any ideas for what we should say, what to watch, any new things to watch,
Any questions?
yeah,
Box sets.
box sets, anything.
Anything.
Is that what your neighbour suggested you got?
What?
Box sets.
Oh,
Box sets for Wednesday. I've got really good one for Wednesday.
Have you?
I'm
Yeah.
talking about the lady box.
Yes, your 8-year-old's got something, hasn't she?
I will report more on that.
Yes,
guys.
do.
Yes, I
Well,
will.
yeah,
Why
and of
not?
course, there's always
It's very
Women's Health
interesting.
Candle.
Yeah.
We
Is
could
any-
suggest them to people.
Can. Actually, why don't
We've now gone into this weird parallel universe, haven't we? We're all talking. We are now talking the biggest load of rubbish, but we always do anyway. And I think that's the thing about the Wonderbirds. Oh yes, and also everyone's got to look at our new graphics, haven't they?
they
yeah.
have?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely
Our
right.
cartoon.
Yeah. That's a really great idea.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're going to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
We're going to say goodbye.
Farewell. Alvita saying goodbye.
We have to
Adieu.
go.
What
What is it?
None of you know the words, do you?
We'll just leave. You better get the guinea pigs out. Goodbye.
We need
I'm
to have
just going
a chat. I'll see you
downstairs.
later.